Hello and welcome to the CNY Business Connection. I'm Jason Weinstein. Coming up on this week's show, can you save green and go green by staying close to home? We'll stop by Visual Technologies in Syracuse to talk about the benefits of video conferencing. Plus, if you think entrepreneurship means a flexible lifestyle, our friends at Prendismo.com have one lesson to say: think again. But we'll begin with the latest in business news from around the area. Homeowners of all income levels in New York have been struggling with rising property taxes. Now, some help could be coming from Washington. U.S. Senator Kirsten Gillibrand is introducing legislation that would enable all New Yorkers to deduct the full amount they pay for property taxes from their federal income taxes. Currently, only homeowners who itemize their federal taxes can deduct the cost of their property taxes. More than 1 million New Yorkers would save an estimated $1 billion under the bill. Despite some being upset with the governor's cuts to education and other areas, Andrew Cuomo is enjoying his highest approval rating ever from those who support his proposed budget. That's according to a new Siena poll. The governor is viewed favorably by more than 3/4 of New York voters, and 72% support his proposed budget. For the first time since 2007, a plurality of voters feel the state is on the right track. With a lot of recent attention focused on Wisconsin for the push to rein in the cost associated with public unions, the debate is on in New York State on how to cut costs. In his budget message, Governor Cuomo suggested that school districts could make up for state aid cuts by putting pay hikes on hold, pay freezes, in other words. The governor is now applauding just such a move in the West Genesee School District. The freeze was agreed to not by only the administrators, but also the teachers as well. In Windsor, one of the recent issues has been that 10-mile-long natural gas pipeline that has been long proposed to run through the area. Now it's going to happen after the State Public Service Commission gave its approval. The pipeline and compressor station will connect 9 wells in Susquehanna County to the Millennium Pipeline in Windsor. 2 public hearings were held on the project before it was approved. DMP New York and Houston-based Laser Northeast Gathering Company will begin construction soon. A Norwich-based bank is named 11th best in the USA. NBT Bancorp received the honor in an article on Forbes.com. The bank is one of only 3 from the Northeast to make the top 12. NBT says that being ranked 11th is a great honor.
We certainly believe that it validates our way of doing business. We've put together a great mission in the communities that we serve. We are small enough to deliver the product at a community level, but we're large enough to deliver a high-quality product.
The ranking was based on criteria like profitability, liquidity, and credit quality.
Everybody loves gold, especially now that it's worth so much money.
Basically, it's just about an all-time high in history. So when you talk about gold being close to 1,400, that's an amazing number.
Brad Kirby owns America's Attic in Johnson City, a store that buys and sells furniture, antiques, and gold. He says the spike in gold and silver's value has certainly made an impact on the recent economic signs of recovery.
They're remodeling their homes, they're remodeling their kitchens, they're going on vacations, they're going to casinos in Atlantic City. So it seems like people kind of a little bit of everything, but a lot of people are spending the money. They're not saving it, they're spending it.
And Brad says he's seeing all different forms of gold, from old class rings to 1930s purses and even gold teeth. After the stock markets plunged a few years ago, gold became a more reliable investment.
Now, if you would have bought gold 5 years ago, you would have quadrupled your money. If you would have bought stocks and bonds 5 years ago, you'd probably be, if you're lucky, you'd be even.
And it's not all about melting the gold for money. The more people are digging through their attics, the more Brad is finding pieces of history that's worth more than money or gold.
What about some of these great pieces? It's a crime to melt some of these pieces. They need to be resold. They need to be kept around so the future generations can enjoy them.
But if it's the money you're after, Brad says to sell now. Despite gold's rapid rise, the prices are always changing.
We hope you enjoyed that. When we come back, a lot of folks, for financial and environmental reasons, prefer using wood pellet stoves, but there are some safety issues you need to know as well. Plus, we'll have the latest bit of business wisdom from someone who has lived it, thanks to our friends at Prendismo.com.
I'm Norm Poltenson. I've published the Central New York Business Journal for 25 years. Our success is based on the fact that we know only one audience, owners and managers of businesses in Central New York. We publish stories for them. We don't offer sound bites and we always source our information. Maybe technology's changed since I started publishing 25 years ago, but not our mission. You can always rely on the Central New York Business Journal providing your business news.
I'm Susan from Tarjac. You may know us as the source for the best camo for your guns and bows, but we do so much more. Our custom work with automotive parts can transform any vehicle, our ATVs, sleds, four-wheelers, motorcycles. We've received national recognition for our work with Orange County Choppers, and we are most proud of our partnership with the future servicemen by providing customized helmets for the Army-Navy game. From the national stage to your favorite hunting ground, it's Tarjac.
Welcome back. Well, many of us enjoy using a wood pellet stove for financial and environmental reasons, but there are safety issues you need to know as well. Amanda Kenny has more.
Over the past 20 years, pellet stoves have become more popular, and that's because they won't burn a hole through your wallet.
Pellets are a low cost per BTU fuel, and there's just an economic reason you can save money burning pellets.
While a pellet stove keeps you warm and saves you money, it was determined to be the cause of last week's house fire in Owego, proving that consumers may want to take some safety precautions when considering the stove for their home. Now, a fire could start if this vent pipe is not installed properly. This right here is called a thimble, and it separates this black pipe from the walls. That's because the exhaust gases coming out of this pipe can get so hot, if it does touch a wall, it could easily start a fire.
We want to go through our thimble, maintain clearances through the wall, and put a cap that actually throws the smoke away from the house a little bit.
At Tall Pines Farm in Pennsylvania, owner George Connors demonstrates how to install the vent pipe.
We need to be away from the house probably a foot or 18 inches.
Tall Pines offers installation for the pellet stove's pipes, but it's not required to have it professionally done.
The average homeowner should probably leave it to a professional, but the advanced skilled homeowner might want to do it himself.
Connors also says that pellet stoves must be cleaned daily. That's every couple days if you want to ensure the stove will work safely and properly.
Our thanks to Amanda for that. Time now to turn things over to our friends at Prendismo.com, partnering with entrepreneurs for success. And this week's bit of business wisdom from someone who has lived it. Think again if you think entrepreneurship means a flexible lifestyle.
The first thing it dispelled is the idea of the autonomous lifestyle of an entrepreneur. You can kind of live your own schedule. There's so flexibility in being an entrepreneur. I mean, not at all. In contrary, I feel pressure to always be in the office when any of my team members are there because I want to be available, and also if someone else is working, I want to be working with them because I don't think it's fair otherwise. I want to always be willing to do whatever I ask anyone else to do. If I ask our intern to take out the trash, I should be willing to do the same. So I feel like I am constantly taking on the responsibility of literally anything in terms of my willingness to do something, because to really delegate something, you have to know what you're delegating. You have to be able to do it yourself. And I feel like I am always on call, so to speak, because I feel very passionate about what we're doing, and I just and I don't want to ever have anyone be held up by what's on my plate. And it's very confusing as to what you should be doing and what can be done by others, knowing that you're not spending your time doing things that others can be doing, and knowing what you need to be involved in and not involved in. Point being an entrepreneur is not a flexible lifestyle. In fact, in many ways, you're chained to many desks and many jobs at once. So you have to be open to that. You have to be willing to compromise other things you want to do in your life for it. That's just the reality I've seen so far.
We hope you enjoyed that. When we come back, it's our business improvement segment. We'll have our latest tech tip from Cyber City, as they'll talk about the importance of a business continuity plan, and our latest from Bob Stezzi from Stezzi Training and Consulting.
I'm Norm Poltenson. I've published the Central New York Business Journal for 25 years. Our success is based on the fact that we know only one audience, owners and managers of businesses in Central New York. We publish stories for them, we don't offer sound bites, and we always source our information. Maybe technology's changed since I started publishing 25 years ago, but not our mission. You can always rely on the Central New York Business Journal, providing your business news.
I'm Susan from Tarjac. You may know us as the source for the best camo for your guns and bows, but we do so much more. Our custom work with automotive parts can transform any vehicle, our ATVs, sleds, four-wheelers, motorcycles. We've received national recognition for our work with Orange County Choppers, and we are most proud of our partnership with the future servicemen by providing customized helmets for the Army-Navy game. From the national stage to your favorite hunting ground, it's Tarjac.
Welcome back. Time now for our business improvement segment, and we'll kick it off with our latest tech tip from Cyber City. And this week, the folks at Cyber City telling us about the importance of a business continuity plan.
Hello, I'm Debbie Morris, an account manager at Cyber City, a division of Blue Storm Technologies. We rely on our business systems today like never before. Unfortunately, our routine often causes us to take for granted their daily operation and use. What happens when an unplanned issue prevents you from doing business as usual? This is a real moment of truth. Have you planned and invested accordingly for systems and applications resiliency? Will you be able to make the adjustments and execute a plan that keeps your business operating? Creating a business continuity plan to protect your business should start today. The plan outlines those first critical steps when your business faces an unplanned stoppage. It begins by identifying risk factors and then having documented guidelines in place and ready once the issues arise. With key information documented and critical systems identified, your team can then focus on carrying out the right plan to save your business. Business continuity plans range from simple manuals that include contact information and roles of key personnel and business support providers, to more advanced documents that include disaster recovery plans that identify business hardware and backup restoration processes that need to be tested and documented to ensure that the plans can be carried out during a crisis. This is also a good time to evaluate where new technologies such as virtualization, storage area networks, virtual private networks would be invaluable to your business continuity plans and could also have immediate impact on your daily infrastructure operations. For a business continuity review of your business or on other IT issues facing your business, please contact me or your Cyber City account manager or visit our website at cybercity.com.
Thanks to our friends at Cyber City for that. Time now for the latest from Bob Stezzi from Stezzi Training and Consulting. And this week, Bob talks about the importance of employee satisfaction.
Many organizations grossly underestimate the importance of employee satisfaction to their success. The idea of putting the employee first and the customer second sounds crazy to a lot of people. But the truth of the matter is employee satisfaction is what drives our productivity, the quality of the work that they do, and their ability to serve the customer in an effective way. Some of the organizations which exemplify great employee satisfaction include Wegmans, Microsoft, American Express, and Procter & Gamble. What do these organizations do that we can emulate to improve the level of employee satisfaction in our organizations? One of the ways that organizations like this improve employee satisfaction is by establishing an environment of trust. Dishonesty is probably one of the most disrespectful things you can do to an individual. So you want to make sure that you're honest with your employees 100% of the time. Another thing we need to do is to clearly communicate the direction and values of our organization to our employees. We need to make sure that people are clear on the mission, vision, and goals of the organization and how they relate to the individual's roles and responsibilities. Another practice is to foster teamwork in the organization. In a national survey, people were asked, why would you stay at your current organization rather than take a job somewhere else? The number one response was, I like the people that I work with. So by fostering teamwork and helping those relationships between the people that are working together, we help people improve their satisfaction with the place that they're working at. We also want to make sure that we're encouraging our people and acknowledging success. In the One Minute Manager, Spencer and Johnson said many years ago that people who feel good about themselves are more productive. So help your people feel good about themselves. Acknowledge a job well done and show them the appreciation for their hard work. Finally, and I can't stress this enough, it's incredibly important that managers and supervisors are effective in their jobs. The number one factor really that affects people's satisfaction on the job is their boss. So bosses need to be honest, treat people with respect, and communicate clearly. One other thing to consider, right now our employees really don't have a lot of options because the job market is pretty tight. But as the economy improves and jobs start to open up, you don't want to lose your very best people because they don't like the way they've been treated. I work at a lot of organizations, and I have to say, lots of people say that if there was a job available somewhere else, they would leave. So let's make sure we take care of our people, keep them with us. If you'd like to have an in-house workshop on how to improve employee satisfaction in your organization, please visit stesitraining.com. Thank you.
Our thanks to Bob for that. Well, when we come back, the story of going green and saving green by staying close to home, the benefits of video conferencing.
I'm Norm Poltenson. I've published the Central New York Business Journal for 25 years. Our success is based on the fact that we know only one audience, owners and managers of businesses in Central New York. We publish stories for them, we don't offer sound bites, and we always source our information. Maybe technology's changed since I started publishing 25 years ago, but not our mission. You can always rely on the Central New York Business Journal providing your business news.
I'm Susan from Tarjac. You may know us as the source for the best camo for your guns and bows, but we do so much more. Our custom work with automotive parts can transform any vehicle, our ATVs, sleds, four-wheelers, motorcycles. We've received national recognition for our work with Orange County Choppers, and we are most proud of our partnership with the future servicemen by providing customized helmets for the Army-Navy game. From the national stage to your favorite hunting ground, it's Tarjac.
Welcome back. Business travel is a staple of American business, but many companies are saying not so fast. How about staying close to home? We'll stop by Visual Technologies in Syracuse to talk about the benefits of video conferencing.
If you were to put 4 people on an airplane to go cross country, whether it be from New York to California, you know, the cost of doing that, $1,500 a ticket, $6,000. Otherwise, we put them here in our video conference room. We likewise get a site in California, and those 4 people can come in, meet in here for 2 hours at approximate cost of $500. Similarly, cost for the other site, $500. You've got $1,000 spent for a 2-hour meeting, not to mention quality of life issues with those people having to be out of their office and away from their families for, well, cross-country, day travel here, day travel there, a day there. It's a 3-day type of an event. My associate Andrew Reichel and I initially looked into this technology and discovered that there was a real need for it. However, the learning curve or the acceptance curve of people, there was a little bit of a curve there. As with all technology, now you have a very low-end type of video conferencing called Skype. Through using laptops and the internet, it has allowed people to become more acceptable of the technology. If you're doing telephone conferences and with webinars now, people can get on and look at the same text, look at the same information on their computers. However, they can't see each other until they get into a true video conferencing situation. And then you can look at somebody in the eye. You can look at their facial expressions, their bodies, how they're reacting to things. And that's the real value of video conferencing. I'm here in Syracuse in our public video conference room. My associate is in another facility, and he could be anywhere from California to Taiwan to Israel to...
How about Maui?
To Maui, yes. The voice was very natural, and we're
doing video conferencing over IP. We're utilizing the internet to do video conferencing to transport your video and audio over the internet, and it can be we can do this anywhere you have high-speed internet access.
Advancement of the internet and IP connections have allowed it to become more affordable for a lot more organizations.
And that does it for this episode of the CNY Business Connection. Thank you very much for joining us. Until next time, I'm Jason Weinstein. Have a good one.